born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Praise the Lord. And sing your song to heaven, everyone. Sing your song to brother sun.
Felt it was fitting that it should be read today, which Wendy will do, but I'll just give you a little introduction to how that came all about. We did many plays for Baba. Mani was wonderful in composing them, getting the actors, getting the whole thing done. She was both composer and director and scriptwriter and everything, and a wonderful actress too. But this time, there was going to be a fancy dress at Christmas. And it happened to be Mara's birthday at the time too, according to the Gujarati calendar. So we in Meherazad were making all our costumes here. And those in Meherabad were doing it too. This was before the new life. I think the year was 1948. And Kitty was very ambitious. She was going to become a duck. And she was going to do the authentic thing. Dr. Donkin, who was doing the Wayfarers here, working with, and Mani used to do the typing for him. So he did this paper mache head for her. But then she must have wings made of real feathers. And at that time we had these chickens and ducks. So I think every time when Kitty had free time, she would look around the duck pen to see if there were any feathers to be collected, because she was going to make real wings. Now she was in that little room over there, and it took more time than it needed, and she made this lot of lye from the wheat paste, which after a few days began to get sour. And what with the feathers and that sour smell, she was beginning to get really bilious with it, beginning to look green. So somehow Mani also helped her out and got the whole thing going. And it was a wonderful, and Rana, I think, also helped. And Gavar was the cock. Yeah. Mani always with something original, she became a dwarf. So Mani said, you know, Elizabeth, there's hardly a week left. Do you know that we are having this fancy dress? And she says, Mani dear, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. I'm quite aware of it. So Mani said, if Elizabeth isn't worried, why should I be? And she wasn't. So when the time came, we were in Meherabad. Elizabeth wanted to borrow a pair of scissors. All we could lend her was a pair of nail scissors. He said, Elizabeth, is that all right? And she says, that's fine. So when she came on the stage, she had this pillowcase over her head. She made 2 eyes for it. She cut a slit in a sheet, a white sheet, and she put it on like a poncho, and she was Casper the Ghost. And it looked very effective. And Norina said, but Elizabeth, if only you had told me about it, I wouldn't have worried about it. But the main thing was, when the show opened, when the curtain, you know, we put a curtain across, and when the curtain was drawn, there was a beautiful Christmas tree in a flower pot, in a big flower pot, which looked beautiful with a star and everything on. And everyone admired it, and he said, when did they have time to put up this Christmas tree? And then, that Christmas tree stepped out of the flower pot. It was Mehru who was the Christmas tree. Oh. Now, this event was described in a poem by Kitty, which Wendy will be reading. Jai Baba.